Touring is not easy, and being in a band is not easy.
You had some lineup changes, relatively new people coming in. Can you maybe say, or who of the new members has put the most stamp on what you do now?
Well, I mean, Scott left. We parted ways with Scott, who I started the band with, and Jonah joined the band. And also recently, Brian, who writes most of the stuff with me. He isn't touring right now, so we have a fill-in touring guitar player. And then, so I think having Jonah in the band was definitely a good thing as far as like going into the studio, and he added like an energy that we haven't had in a long time going in the studio.
What did he add? Maybe can you name an example?
Like, I guess since this is like our 5th record, when we're writing and we hear a part on a record, or we hear a part that's played back to us, and we're like, oh, that's good. But he's like, yeah, that's awesome. Like, and it gets us all like pumped up to really like get happy and stoked about the record, that, you know. And I think that's what we needed. We needed to feel like it was our first time in the studio.
Okay, and yeah, you had also been changing label-wise a bit.
Yeah.
Do you feel is everything stable now? Or
well, we don't have a label now. Now we're sort of like we're in the process of taking offers, and we've been talking to a lot of new labels. I feel that we'll get there. I'm not really worried about it. I mean, Bleeding Through's been around, like I said, for about 10 years now, and we'll have a pretty healthy choice of labels.
Is there something labels that you like looking for now, or are more aware of some sort of?
I just want a label that is excited about Bleeding Through. I mean, we've never had a label like that, and I think that that's something that we really want. We want to feel like a label actually wants us to be on the record label, instead of the other way around. Because we've been on a label that has tried to make us feel like we should be fortunate that they are working, that they're putting out our records. So, and that was Trustkill. I mean, Nuclear Blast has been really good to us in Europe, so we're gonna try to talk with them a little bit and see if we can come to some sort of contract. But you know, our options are open.
But is it like really a necessity to have a?
I think so. I mean, I don't think the industry is quite there yet to where bands are going to start putting out their own labels or records. I mean, you see bands like 9 Inch Nails and Radiohead do that, put out their own records. But it's easy to try to be revolutionary when you have millions of dollars.
So far?
As far as us, we rely on record advances to pay our fucking mortgages and rent and, you know, to live, you know what I mean, pay our bills. I mean, that's why when I listen to people like Trent Reznor say, oh, we don't need labels, we could put this stuff on iTunes ourselves. Well, there's no security in that. And meanwhile, you're sitting in your mansion on stacks of money, like we're not. So how are we supposed to put out records ourselves?
Do you think that still confirms that this is what you wanted to do, that you don't have this luxury?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that like, there's a stress in this because nothing comes easy, but it's worth it for me.
Maybe one last thing then. Are you sometimes a little bit afraid of what will come after this, or is it?
No, man, because there's more to life than this, you know. And this is fun, and it's fortunately a job. You know, this is our job. We get to go and play shows. It's fucking awesome. But if it ends, then it ends. Whatever. Maybe start something else, and maybe do something else. It's not the end of the world.